Virgo, you're your own problem. Merry Christmas. I know. What the fuck is wrong with me? Let me say this to you guys because I adore you. But no but. Let's go back. I think that you have been working your butt off on something that's extremely important to you. From the amount of moon cards that dropped on this table, it is something extremely emotional. So it's not just something that you're thinking about or a goal, it's something that you're emotionally attached to. This is a general reading, so I won't say whether that's love, romance, whatever it is, children, family. It's something that has your heart, not just your attention, right? So you've been working extremely hard on something. You decided the way that it was going to be, and so it shall be. So you wanted to make it be. Okay. And it was going that way because the truth is you are extremely convincing, and you can convince anybody. You could convince an Arab to buy sand. If you ever heard that expression. And I mean no discrimination, but that's just to say if you could convince an Arab to buy sand. So because when you decide that you want something, you can convince other people. You're extremely good with words. You're extremely intelligent. You're extremely able to get people to work within your parameters on your schedule because it does make sense and it is productive. There's productivity wherever you go. Here's the problem. The foundation. What you believed from the onset is what is the conflict. And so even though it grows and even though it builds and even though things are going the way that you want, for some reason, in some way, something's off. Something's just not right. Something is not coming out of the situation that you wanted to or expected it. Like something is just not working out no matter how hard you try on a specific situation. And it does have to do with something in the public. So either it's a public display, a public demonstration, making a public demonstration about the way that you feel, which is awesome, right? Or it's just the public in general and how the public is behaving, right? There's something about it that is just, it's getting to you, it's irritating you, and it's bringing you to the point of exhaustion and anger and upset, maybe not necessarily fear. I think at this point it's just gone all the way to being irate. Like, this is just stupidity and why are people behaving like this and yada, 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 yada. Well, ultimately, I apologize for the noise in the background because I'm on vacation at my family's house. Well, ultimately, the issue here is not your actions. Your actions are flawless, which is why they've gotten you as far as they have. The issue is the initial belief. There's something about the initial belief that was flawed. Something that may have been just plain and simple incorrect or wrong. Now, it's either you pushing this and doing this, or it's somebody else pushing this and doing this. But ultimately, there is that sense of the reason why it's not working out is because ultimately it's not supposed to be working that way. It actually doesn't work that way. It's like you believed it to be one thing and it's actually another when you built the whole strategy around it being one way. There was information that you did not have that you actually needed in order to make the correct preparations, and you did not get it. You do not have it. For some reason, it didn't get through to you. So ultimately there is this sense of really just like making something happen and making something possible and making something be. And yet ultimately it keeps like not coming back to you or not working out. And what you have to do now is take some time to consider the fact that, maybe I have to go all the way back to the start and all the way back to the beginning and reevaluate what it was that I was thinking. Because ultimately something that was based on something incorrect is going to continue that flaw. It's going to perpetuate that flaw, even if that wasn't the intention. And there is that sense of, I don't understand why it's not going the way that I expected it to, because it isn't meant to be, because it isn't correct, it isn't right. And the challenge right now is to see that, understand it, and incorporate what's really going on, and not take it personally. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like trying to convince somebody, don't take it personally because I'm saying that you're wrong, because saying that you're wrong actually liberates you from all this work that you were about to put into something that just was not going to get you anywhere. So ultimately what I'm doing is I'm helping you see that now with this information you can actually get somewhere. We're going to start with the cards, and this is how I know what's going on. This is questioning your beliefs. It's asking you, it's actually like spirit saying, question what you believe, question your thoughts, question what you've been thinking. Or somebody needs to reevaluate the way that you were thinking, a sense of, especially if this is like a personal relationship, this is the goddess of oneness, she's in reverse. So ultimately there is this sense of somebody that you want to see you or want looking at you, or somebody who thinks that you're looking at them. It's not correct. The desire is not there. It's not the same thing. It's almost like the opposite of somebody admiring you from afar. It's almost like somebody really not interested, or somebody that like it's not as like in your face or wanton as it's assumed to be. Ultimately, it's almost like a sense of disinterest. Not necessarily fake belief or feigned belief, but just a lack of interest, or a lack of belief is going on here. So it's almost like a sense of, look at the situation, because what might be going on, what you want to be happening, or what whoever you're dealing with wants to be happening, is actually not what's happening. And there is some sort of realization that has to happen in order for the situation to in other words, the truth has to come out. The truth has to be told, and the truth has to be accepted. And the truth is a very difficult thing to handle a lot of times. And ultimately, there is such power in you to think, oh, I can make this situation better. I can turn this situation into what I want the situation to be. And there's so much, like, you guys are so wonderful when you're inspired. It's almost like running from the devil. And when you're inspired to run from the devil, when you're inspired to go in another, when you're inspired, you have that devil at your tails, you are so creative, you are so spontaneous, you can get absolutely anything done. The productivity level, the creativity level is through the roof. But it's almost like, maybe that's what this is. Maybe the truth is, all you're really looking for is inspiration, and that's all you've been looking for the whole fucking time. And wouldn't that be brilliant? And if so, I don't think it's been intentional, especially not on your part, because I don't see this is not malicious behavior at all. But this is a sense of, maybe what you're really looking for is a little bit of pain. Maybe what you're looking for is a little bit of suffering, because you want to be inspired to create. This is a time to create. This is a time for you to be at one with your creative prowess and your ability to express yourself. And it has to come out. Definitely, it has to be shared with the public. You have to speak it, you have to say it, you have to sing it, you have to announce it, you have to acknowledge it. This is definitely something that wants to be seen or said or heard, even if in some ways you don't want it to be. You don't want to be seen, you don't want to be heard, you don't want to be paid attention to. But it's got to come out of you, and it's almost like this is the time to let it come out of you. So what an interesting, because I was looking at the cards and I'm like, what does this mean? Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So this is definitely something that is intent, busting your butt, busting your balls, so intent on working and doing work, like physical labor, especially just wanting to be put to work. But ultimately, it's like to no avail. Like the harder you work, it's like the more your wheels are spinning. So it's almost like this is not what it's supposed to be. This is not what it's supposed. It's almost like trying to pump your energy into another place so that you could avoid the place that you really want to be focused on. Why though? I gotta ask the spirit animal cards that. Why are you spinning your wheels? Your commitment is being tested. Oh God, I just want to yell and scream, look behind you, Virgo, look behind you. This is not the direction you're supposed to be going in, but I almost feel like this is why, this is the intention. You don't want to be looking in the direction that you're going to go in. You almost want the distraction right now. There's a sign here. There's you trying to tell you something about what's really going on underneath, like something's off, something's not right, or something's incomplete with this current situation, which is why you're like looking behind you and spinning your wheels and putting your energy in another direction, because something isn't the way that you really, really want it to be. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, do you see Santa Claus in that picture? Isn't that funny? Isn't that cute? It's almost like, what's he got in his sack? Something is growing, something is becoming, but at the same time, it's only half. It's like only half. And that's just not fulfilling. Hold on, step out of your comfort zone. This is North Node. This is a message of this is going to be really uncomfortable for you. This is going to be very difficult for you to grasp or to see, because it's so far out of what you would have normally imagined, either yourself doing or thinking or believing. It's definitely a sense of just wanting to stay away from and wanting to avoid this change or this challenge, but expect powerful change. It's coming. I tell you right now, it's almost like in some ways you've backed yourself into this unavoidable course that you know that you have to deal with, but at the same time you don't want to acknowledge that you have to deal with it. I don't know what's going to come of this though, and what is this powerful change? Let me keep reading, because this is really confusing energy. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys were just as confused. So we have take a leap of faith. No, this is you staying put and deciding to not have faith. This is somebody holding on really tight to a place where they feel comfortable, but you can almost tell, like the bush that he's on is about to burn. It's about to disintegrate. This is somebody that lacks faith, somebody that wants to just hold on to a burden or hold on to that last string with their dear life. They just want to hold on. They don't want to like let go and release. It's also somebody going against their consciousness. It's almost like somebody's trying to blend in. Somebody's trying to not stand out. It's almost like they don't want to show themselves or what they really know. Are you trying to hide your talents? Hold on. Are you trying to hide your talents? Or is somebody trying to hide their talents? Because this is definitely somebody just trying to balance things out and kind of like go with the flow and blend in and not stand out. And hey, nobody notice me, nobody see me. It's that sort of low vibrational form of Libra, which is not about justice and fairness and really bringing equilibrium, but basically just like sitting in the background so that nobody pays attention to them. No, don't make me move. Don't make me move. I don't want anybody to ask me to move or to change or to go anywhere. Interesting energy. Let it shine is here. So this is say what you feel, say what you see, say what you notice. This is also sort of like an 11:11 moment, a realization coming out. This is you showing how beautiful you are and using your voice. Saying something. And since this is scorpionic energy, it's like you changed. You're just different. You don't want to be the same person, but you also don't want to be perceived as the same person. And there is a sense of maybe you're agitated because you feel like somebody is going to perceive you in the same way. And that's not what it's about. It's actually, you definitely have changed. And it's almost like you're putting yourself through this test to see if you really have changed. Scorpionic energy also has to do with like temptations or extremes. Life, death, and rebirth. Let me see. There's definitely an ending here. There's definitely an ending here. Oh God, let's see. You see clearly now. So this is Aquarius energy, waking up to the reality, waking up to the truth, basically having to basically having to accept something that you could not accept before. But whatever you're putting yourself through right now, it's making you accept it. It's what you have to do in order to guide yourself to the catharsis that you need in order to really put this behind you and move the fuck on. And even if you can't confront it consciously, you're doing it subconsciously because you do want to move on. This is not something that you actually want to be in for the rest of your life. You don't want to, even if you feel safe here, even if you feel like comfortable here, this is actually not something that inspires you, and you want to feel inspired. You want to feel that passion, and right now you just don't. Let spirit be your guide. So this is a spirit sending you messages, actually listening and being open to spiritual messages that are coming through. Oh my God, they could be words from a song. They could be numbers that you see. They could be messages on a billboard randomly. So this is messages directly from spirit, and it's actually saying, it's also saying, see things from a sort of objective perspective. Try to, because this is air energy, try to take yourself out of it and look from above the circumstance or situation. There is wisdom in being able to be more objective about the situation. Double air energy, lots of bird energy too, except for this. This is more the phoenix. This is more yeah, because peacock is akin to the phoenix, almost like its little cousin. So it's a sense of, it's a bird of death and rebirth, transforming into something newer, bigger, and more beautiful, like a more beautiful, mature version of yourself. Once you are guided and you see the truth and you're able to accept it and realize it. Starting new, this is Aquarian energy, looking at a big picture, looking at what's better, what's better for other people, what's kinder. This is wisdom, though. I feel like something is coming out and you're hearing something is being said, or something is told to you that makes you see something very clearly all of a sudden. And it's like, I've got to behave. I've got to act in a way that maybe I would not act. I just feel like this is almost like a liberation for you, because in some ways you've kept yourself stuck because you've said something or committed yourself to something that you talked yourself into, and now it's like, holy shit, I got myself stuck. I trapped myself, and I have to find a way out of this. And maybe the way out of this is literally just walking away. Learn from the past. This is Taurus, Taurus. A lesson from the past, lesson learned, wisdom, also being forced into a situation maybe by a very bossy or pushy or dominant mother figure. This is usually financial too. So, oh my God, I just feel like you want to be doing something that you're not allowing yourself to do, because it's almost like, hey, I told them no and I convinced them to not do it. So to have integrity, I have to not do it too. But ultimately there's such an opportunity here, and I really want to take the opportunity. So what do I choose between? Do I take the opportunity, or do I stand by my integrity and miss the opportunity? But maybe that's the thing. Was it your integrity? I mean, yes, it is your integrity, but like, did you really ever believe that? Did you ever really did it ever really set right with you? That's what you have to review in your mind. And that's why this card came out. That there's this sense of like, maybe I had it wrong to begin with. And maybe now that you see that there's restrictions on you, or that you are limited to and you don't want to be limited, now you're starting to see the negative aspects of this decision that you made. Be gentle of spirit. So this is upright. So this is following your heart and having courage to look in a direction that is extremely brave and courageous, honest. It's your sole purpose. So ultimately, because Leo energy is aligned with your heart chakra, so there's just this energy of like Leo, strength, courage, bravery. Everybody thinks it's egotistical. It's not about ego. not when it's upright. It's not about ego. It's about your soul purpose and having confidence in it. And that like higher value, or what's more important, is actually more important than even your own pride. Hold on. Hello? So, I'm sorry, I thought somebody was knocking at the door. I apologize. And then we have turtle energy. Slow and steady wins the race. I feel like you're deciding to embark on a slow and steady win. You've decided, or you've made a decision that you can change things around, or that you can shift something around if you are just patient and slow with it. I'll tell you right now, this is a little bit of a dangerous game, because there are so many variables here that you're not aware of, and it's my job to make you aware of them. So let me see if I can dig into and find what these variables are. You expect powerful change. It's like you're already expecting things to work out the way that you want them to, because you've decided, or this has got to be with love and romance. Maybe you think that you can change somebody's mind or shift somebody's love. Let me see, because all the cards are upright, dude. Interesting. Virgo. Stag, take the lead. Love is all around. You're planting the seeds for love. You're planting the seeds for love, or somebody's planting the seeds of love for you, and I think you can feel it. This is definitely a sense of speaking words of love, being kind, planting the seeds through kind words. Maybe somebody is planting the seeds through kind words to make things grow, to help you see their beauty, or to help you focus on them, to make themselves look good to you. But there is that hidden agenda. There is that hidden agenda, Virgo, that says that they want more. They don't just want what they're offering. They want more. They want your love. They want you to see them as beautiful. They want you to see their inner beauty, or vice versa. This could be you to them. And ultimately, I think that it's based on you. It's based on what you want. And that's what you really have to see, and that's what you really have to own. Instead of convincing yourself that this is what's better for everybody else, is it better for everybody else, or is it just better? Is it what you want? And it may not even be better for you, because what really needs to happen is a reality check. It is a reality check. It's a sense of, did I even stop to think, did I pick up any vibes at all? Or did they pick up any vibes from me that I even wanted this to happen? Like, why are they just assuming that they can just sort of make a decision and like make this happen, and that's the way that it's gonna be? That's the energy that's in and around you right now, is the sense of somebody made a decision based on their desires, that they were right about something, and they weren't right about it. What they were right about was what they did was they took what they wanted and they made it into something that they were ultimately right about, and they started moving forward with it with a lot of confidence and a lot of pride and a lot of a conviction that they were doing what was right, when really all they were doing was what they wanted. And that's sort of the realization that they haven't come to yet. They just didn't get it. They haven't realized it or recognized it yet. And honestly, I'm not sure that this is a great way for you to waste your energy. But let's get into tarot. Let's see exactly what tarot has to say about where the situation is going. I also want to read you the angel messages. There's a lot that's coming out for you, Virgo. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Also join me, also ring that bell so you get notified. I upload Virgo specific videos every single Friday, but I make like at least 12 videos every single week. So if you ring that bell, you'll get notified of all the content that I create. Always read your sun, moon, and rising sign. And then join me on Instagram, born_without_boundaries. Join me on Instagram. Monday through Friday, I do live videos so we can like shoot the shit together. I'm on vacation until January 5th, but just so that you know. And of course, there is the extended, and the extended is a deep dive into these energies that can get a little confusing over here, and it really articulates them. So let's start with what came up. Creative potential, and you have creative here. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires, and you should 100%. You should put your heart's desires into something creative. Sacred space. We, your guardian angels, surround you with emerald, gold, and rose pink light. Surrender your concerns and worries and enter this sacred space of love and healing through your creative potential. It's almost like by putting your energy right now into creative projects, it's going to heal the situation. It's going to diffuse the energy. It's going to put it to good use. Fear. I, Archangel Michael, am here to help you through the present time. I love you. I protect you and keep you safe. Trust that all is well. Accept my love and allow it to dissolve your fear. Interesting. Imagine. Clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. You know, in every situation except for romantic, I have to say this is actually great energy. It's entrepreneurial, ingenuitive energy. The problem is you can't engineer a relationship. That's the problem. That's the one caveat that I'm getting real warning signs for, because that has to be both people. And I don't see right now that both people are contributing the same amount. Harmony. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. Harmony is the best place for you right now. Harmony is music, and music is your exception. It is the place to go to when you're feeling at odds and have questions that you don't know answers to. Put your faith in music, not just music that's been written, but music that you can write. And then precious gift was the one that was hidden. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. I think I see clearly what's going on here. There is just somebody that does not get everything that you understand already. And what I will say to you, Virgo, is it doesn't make you wrong, but it does make you too far ahead. And there's no way that you can force somebody to be ready when they're not. Let's go over to tarot so I can get the full story. I'll see you guys over there.